Hey guys, Thomas Cecily Jr. here, aka Mustached Tom, here to review the movie Lazer Team, put together by Rooster Teeth and is available on YouTube Red. I believe this is the first YouTube Red movie, but I could be wrong. But anyways, in this movie we see the young boy is trained to become a perfect soldier to defeat these aliens and would be donned with this gear that would protect him and help him fight off these aliens that are going to invade. So, while that's going on, we see this normal cop who's trying to do his duties, and he's called in to pick up this kid from this party. And when he tries to bring him to the police station, he comes across these two drunken guys who are just partying and setting off fireworks. As they're setting off fireworks, this alien ship passes by the one that is supposed to hand the materials to the military, and they accidentally shoot it down. And they start putting on each piece individually. One gets the gun, one gets a shield, one gets boots, and one gets a helmet. These pieces get stuck to their individuals, to the four individuals, and then the military quickly picks them up and starts training them, as this gear will not come off and the alien invasion is going to be coming very soon. So it's an interesting movie. It definitely feels like a first time making of a movie. The characters are pretty, they have their like one thing that they have to like focus on or get better at. Um, the guy with the shield has like a story with the guy with the boots, and they have this dramatic tension and stuff like that. This movie does poke a little bit of fun at Independence Day. They actually mention the film, and these four sort of work together. These don't really get too much better from their first time or the other times that they are put to the test. But they do discover that if the four of them are together, they can perform these bigger attacks or together a bigger shield. Or if one guy with the guy with the helmet does like this invisible thing, the parts that they have on become invisible, and so on and so forth. So they have to use all their know-how to somehow defeat the alien. And the guy that was training with them, or the guy who's supposed to get the gear, sort of was with them, trying to, at one point he was like denying it, and then he was like, okay, yeah, I get it. These four are the people who need to do this. And while that's going on, we have four military men who come upon this little pod, and it breaks open, revealing all these little things that take them over. And they take over the young guy's girlfriend or something like that. And at some point, they try to help her as soon as they discover that she's been taken over by this thing. The helmet also does make the guy in it a lot smarter over time, so he was able to detect that thing. So overall, the movie's pretty solid, and I feel like this movie was sort of put together in a way that pixels should have been done, where the setup was pretty simple and they kept it to one thing. I don't know if that was their task or if they were trying to make fun of Independence Day a bit. I mean, they've mentioned that movie, but I don't know if they were trying to say like if they had watched Pixels. I mean, there were like scenes where like they were touching this force field and it had this pixelation like look to it. So I don't know if that was like a direct message to say that this is how Pixels should have been. And if that's the case, I do agree. I mean, this movie focuses on making it seem like there aren't many other things that are going on. It's very direct. The message doesn't get confused by all this other complicated stuff. I mean, we are still dealing with an alien life force, but it's a bit more direct. I'll say that much. So it's a pretty straightforward movie. I enjoyed it. I smirked here and there to time and time. So it was an enjoyable film. And it seemed like at the end they were sort of potentially saying that there might be a sequel. Who knows? If this movie does successful, it might just get there. So I'll give this movie a 7 out of 10. I enjoyed it. Just from a story standpoint, it made sense for an alien movie, I guess. The characters, they had their moments to shine, even though they were a bit simplistic, but it fulfilled the movie's needs, I feel like. So that's about my review for this movie. This has been Thomas Cecily Jr., aka Mustache Tom, and I'll see you guys next time.